Good evening, family. What's up? It's the one and only African superstar live in color for you. Big shout outs to the African superstar family. Now, it has been a little while since I went live. I've been having the vlogs, so I've been trying to just let the vlogs go. There's still a few more vlogs to catch us up to current. Yeah, so if you've been enjoying the vlog experience, make sure you stay tuned. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Big shout out to the African superstar family. What can I tell you? I have returned to Ghana. Obviously, you guys see I am in the African Superstar Studios. How do you know? Well, you see that logo star in the back, and you see the awards, the accolades. Yes, so you know where I am. Yes, I have returned to Ghana. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Special shout outs to those of you guys that came out to the show in London. Let me tell you, African Superstar family turned all the way up. There were some, long-standing members that came to see me. Special shout outs to Mr. Gordon. Special shout outs to Kai from the Diaspora channel. Special shout outs to Sully from my Facebook group. There were some other people that reached out to me that had intentions of coming, and we made new friends and family. We made new fans because your girl came and turned all the way up. I have released just a little, some of the highlights on my TikTok, on my Instagram. Again, the vlogs are still in sequence. So if you watch this week, you'll be able to see a little bit more of my time in London. Um, in keeping with traditions on this channel of, perspective planning for the new year, I want to talk about the new mantra for my platform going into 2025, which is say less, do more. And what I really want to compel the channel to do is precisely that. You know, you need to channel and focus all your energy into your endeavors. There is no savior, there is no hero that's going to come. The time is never going to be perfect. The sun and moon is not going to align. It requires you, proactively designing and pursuing whatever it is you want to accomplish. A lot has gone on since I've had a live stream. One of the most exciting things is I'm currently going viral on Spotify from my track, What Is It About Africa, which I will be releasing the audio here soon on the channel. Going into 2025, I want to continue to push my Sorry, guys. Jeez. Come on, man. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. Never fails. You will be seeing a lot more of the audios. Obviously, I left to shoot the full music videos, but it is what it is. My videographer, Onab Studios, traveled to Canada last year, probably about a month or so after I shot Beach Chill. And so ever since then, I haven't actually shot a new music video. So obviously, we want to do that, but until we are in a position to do that, I will just be releasing the audios so that people can hear my music and people have access to my music. It is on the streaming sites, but I think sometimes it may just be more convenient to have it here on YouTube. What I really want to impart to the channel is that nothing is going to really happen until you make it happen. So, like I was sharing, one of my songs, What Is It About Africa, is currently going viral on Spotify. I logged into my Spotify just to check it as I do periodically. And I noticed all these streams, and I was like, what's going on? And at first, I thought it was like, a campaign or ad or something like that, because obviously it was just a bit unusual, because usually when I go in there, yeah, I might gain a few streams here or there, but nothing, I have not yet to this moment got a viral song or anything like that. And I realized that if I weren't busy recording, if I weren't busy, pushing myself out there, if I weren't busy performing and, developing my brand, then that song wouldn't even be out to the public for them to patronize. And the reality is that when you want things done, you've got to take the initiative, guys. It's not by osmosis or luck or any of those things that I'm in the position that I'm in today. It's not by any of those things. It is sheer determination that has got me where I am today. Sheer determination, planning, investment, resilience, vision, to continue to pursue my life, my freedom, my endeavors, no matter what I face. And a lot of people are not achieving in life. They're not accomplishing anything in life because they're not willing to do that. So, my channel has always tried to be a positive space, an inspirational place, a motivating place. And I want to carry that on into 2025. I really just need more of my peers to be effective and productive. A lot of our peers do a lot of talking. And whereas talking can be therapeutic and, a unifier because we can all kind of relate to each other, like, yeah, I've been through that, I've experienced this, I've done, there's a point where the rubber needs to meet the road and implementation needs to come in. Big shout outs to Wildfire first in the room. I haven't even asked you guys to be on code, but Wildflower is on code. Yes. Please make sure you like the stream. Please make sure you get in the chat room. Greet me. I have not been live for a few weeks. Yes. And so please show your love and appreciation if you enjoy the live streams, if you enjoy the content. We also have a confirmed show for next weekend here in Ghana. The 14th of December, I will be performing at a festival. So, yeah, I have the poster is due tomorrow. So I will post that on the community tab for those of you guys that are going to be in Ghana or are here or whatever. Following that show, currently confirmed, I have another show the 25th of January in Kumasi. So the artist that I perform with in London, Raza Makwatia, he is obviously a British Ghanaian. He's coming to Ghana to host his own festival. The guy is he's a big deal, So he's coming here, and obviously I'm his buddy. Wherever I go, wherever he was telling me, yo, I'm planning this summer concert, you gotta be, And I really love Raza Makwatia for all of the love, support, and investment in the African superstar. He told me when I was in London, he's like, I'm a big fan. I love your music, and I'm going to, provide you the platform as much as I can. And so I love that. But along with the topic that I'm talking about today, which is let's get active, you must be an integral part of whatever you're doing. And I know that's so hard and that's so uncomfortable and unnerving for a lot of our people because they're lazy, because they're waiting on, some kind of third party or God or karma or whatever, good fortune to come along. The truth is it really depends on you. It really depends on you. Sometimes you will benefit and reap favors. You will get, a windfall. You will get a blessing or a gift or an investment. But what's critical whenever that happens is that you are in perpetual motion. You are pursuing what you want to do. You are doing the most with your own resources to get yourself from point A to point B to achieve the goal. I love, for instance, when the family invests in me, obviously. When you guys donate to the channel, when you guys purchase the music, some of you guys shopped at theafricansuperstar.com. Ajike has invested the most so far by coming on our first tour. Mr. Taye Huru, we were on the phone just the other day trying to discuss when we are going to roll out our next tour. But, you know, I love all of that stuff. But the truth is, if I were not, you know, as invested in the goals that I have as I am, then you guys wouldn't actually have a vehicle to pour into, you know. And some of you guys, you want this and you want that, so you say, but you know, you're not creating the infrastructure for any of those things to happen. And this is across the board, you know, not maybe just your plans in Africa, but your fitness, your love life, your finances, your future goals. You know, you're not providing the infrastructure. If for instance a windfall came in your hand, you wouldn't even know what to do with it. You wouldn't even know how to allocate it. You wouldn't even be ready unless you have that infrastructure. I have been preparing for my viral moment from the day I came on social media, like over 10 years ago, back in 2013. Okay. Because I know that moment can happen at any time. And I vowed that I need to be ready for that anytime that it happens so that I can receive and reap the benefits. You know, one of the things as an artist that I strive to do is record at least 10 tracks a year. So I started in 2021 and I have successfully recorded 10 tracks a year. I actually have more currently than, you know, that amount. That would obviously be 30 songs. I currently have about 35 songs recorded. Everything's not released, obviously. But the thing is that when one of my songs, for instance, gets some momentum behind it or some interest, I have a catalog for those listeners to go and hear. And this is a particularly important piece for artists and people that are innovating, authors, painters, musicians. We have a limited amount of time on this earth to produce our expressions. And if we're lucky and if we have done well, those will be part of our legacy and part of how we live after our, you know, physical death. We can become eternal through our art and our contributions to society. And this is evidenced, for instance, by some of the musicians. You know, I tell you guys sometimes that one of my favorite musicians is Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye died the year I was born, I believe. And, you know, I've been able to enjoy his music my whole life because he produced music. You know, when his untimely death came, and he was in his 30s, I believe, early 30s as well, young. He had already produced quite a substantial amount of music that allowed him to live way beyond his physical life. You know, here I am in 2024, 2025, enjoying his music. And he's not here physically and hasn't been for decades. But because of what he created, I was able to enjoy that. We think about some of, you know, these historic artists, you know, Picasso and, you know, people like that. This art that they created is literally centuries old now. Okay, they've been long gone dead, but they created masterpieces. Okay, they created masterpieces. So their art has helped them to become, excuse me, their art has helped them to become timeless. You know, and so I wanted to make sure that I publish this message. Obviously, this is a little bit later than I normally do it, but I've been on travels. I normally prepare this message for the channel around October, the last quarter of the year. We're now in December and we're just a few weeks away from the new year. But I want to encourage the channel to really, really focus in on the implementation of whatever it is you are striving for. You know, it literally boils down to you guys. And that's just the truth. It boils down to you. And you need to take on the responsibility of producing whatever it is that you are looking for. You know, there is nothing wrong per se with maybe channeling some spiritual help. You know, I often, communicate with my ancestors, and I thank them for their protection, their watchful eye, the blessings that I receive. But I don't depend on, I depend on me. Basically, I depend on me to produce and make things happen. I also compel myself to high performance. Okay. One of the ways that I do that is reminding myself that people with less, okay, people in worse circumstances than me, less resources than me, less, education or intellect or whatever, is doing more than me currently. Okay. Some of you guys are crybabies and some of you guys are ungrateful bastards. Sorry, I have to just say it. I mean, that's what it is. You guys have a lot at your disposal and you're not taking advantage of it. And you just focus on the negatives and it's woe is me. And you have all this laundry list of excuses. And there are literally people with less doing more than you. There's people that don't have even a fourth of whatever you're working with. You say you don't have enough money. You might have $50,000 saved up, $100,000. You got stocks, you got property, you got retirement, you got Bitcoin. I see that Bitcoin went up this week to $100,000 per coin, and those investors in the Bitcoin were excited. You have all this stuff, and you're sitting here telling me, or not telling me, but telling the world or whatever, or maybe even just yourself, that you're not capable. All of that comes from the inside, guys. All of that comes from the inside. Hello, let me stop the show because there's one person in the chat room and there's more of you here. So let's be on code, okay? Please. You guys can hear. I'm not even feeling that well, but something was telling me, go ahead and do your live stream today, Gina. Go ahead and, I was thinking, should I wait until I get the vlogs finished this week? And I said, no, let me just go ahead and come to you guys. So please just be on code. Greet me in the chat. Be a part of the conversation. Get active, like the title says. Okay, get active. Okay, I'm not one of those channels. I'm not one of those channels. It's free, to participate on my channel. So let's just do the needful. Okay. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Special shout outs again to those of you guys that came out in London. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Wildflower. You are so sweet. One of my down home family members that's here for the girl. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I don't know what it is. It could be I'm getting older. These long transatlantic flights and all this stuff, it's been really taking a toll on me. I think a combination of the flight and then, the extreme cold in the UK. It was very, very cold. I'm really happy to be back to Ghana because it was extensive. Mo Pride, good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being on code. Thank you. We have 10 of you in the chat room. In the watching. Let's see you in the chat room. Okay, just be on code, please, please, please. Today's topic is the new motto for the channel for 2025. Say less, do more. Okay, let's get active. Okay, so only you know what your goals are. First trivia question. Anybody care to share? What are some of your goals for the new year? Okay, if you don't have any goals, that's problem number one. All right. It's very difficult for you to work towards things when you haven't defined whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay. Is it fitness? Is fitness the goal? Is travel the goal? Is money the goal? Is, whatever. Writing the book, starting the business, whatever. What is the goal? Let's see what the goal is. Wildflower, health and fitness. Okay, great. One of my personal goals, obviously, is the music. We're going to really try to take it up. I could tell when I got to London that I'm much more famous. What? Let me tell y'all the story. Let me tell y'all the story. Big shout out to the family. Thank you guys for those of you. I have a couple core members in the chat room. The rest of you guys, guess what? The rest of you guys, the way it's looking, I'm not trying to be negative, but you can't even follow simple instructions. I don't know how prosperous you're going to be. I don't know, because you're stubborn, difficult, you don't want to, I don't know. So good luck to you, but comprehension and being agreeable is part of success. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for my health. Clearly, I'm not here for my health. I'm here to help you guys. I'm an international award-winning musician. Whatever I come to share here on the channel, I already know. I'm already using it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one who needs the motivation. I can talk to myself and get myself going. Holla. Big shout outs. Mo Pride's going to start building on the land. That's so exciting. That's so exciting. And good luck to you, honey. I'm with you. Wildfire money and completing. Okay. All right. So okay, the little story I want to share with you guys. Guys, let's get in the chat room. There's over 10 of you here. Come on, be on code. What's up? Don't make me end the live stream because I don't even feel that great. You guys are going to annoy me with this. So anyway, so when I came on at the show, I was one of the earlier acts. I was actually supposed to go first, but Raza Makwantia, the headliner, he was like, yo, Gina, there's some openers that came at the last. I'm putting them on the show in the last minute and let the crowd build up a little bit before you go on. So I said, okay, because you know me, I'm ever ready. Hello. If you ever have me at your event, you're interested in having me keynote your event or do a presentation at your school or perform if you're into the music scene or whatever, your girl is ever ready. Okay, come prepared to the venue on time, rehearsed, dressed, ready, whatever it needs to be. So I told Roz, I said, hey, whatever you ready to do, I'm ever ready. I'm good to go. So there is a guy who runs a Facebook group, okay? There's a UK banter group, which is like, jokes, funny memes and all this stuff, but UK humor. And I've been in the group. I got invited to the group probably several years by now. And so the man who runs the group, he's always been really, really supportive of me. Anytime I share stuff to the group, anytime I share shows or my latest releases, he's always like, hey, let's support, let's do this, let's do that. Check out the African Superstar. Well, he calls me Gina because obviously he knows my name is Gina. So he turned up and I was so excited to see him. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. It's exciting when you have fans for online and then you actually get to meet them in real life. It's very, very exciting for me. And any of you guys that have met me in real life in the airport or, I'm always so excited to see you and meet you with the warm reception. So I saw him and I was like, oh my God. And he was like, yo, Gina, I'm so happy. Like, this is dope. You know what I mean? I said, okay, man, that's what's up. So he actually took the mic from the MC. Okay, he actually took the mic. If any of you guys were at the show, y'all may not have known. So he took the mic and he came there and he was like, I'm a big fan of Gina and this and that. So he's calling me Gina, you know what I mean? And the crowd is kind of looking like, what's going on? Because obviously I'm known as what? What's my name? The one and only African Superstar. Yes. Okay. So anyway, so he gives me this, warm introduction. It was really sweet. It was nice. So he's like, let's give it up for Gina. So I get on the stage and I come up there and I'm like, hey guys, what's up, guys? I said, I think you guys might know me as the one and only African Superstar. The crowd went crazy. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh yeah, your girl. I dropped the name and the people, And so I performed Sunday Born and I performed Come Closer off my brand new EP, Iconic. and it was crazy. You know, the reception was really awesome, and I was thinking like, yeah, I think I have a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very optimistic about my music pursuits this year. I'm really proud of, you know, my tenacity. I'm really excited because I've been toiling for a long time, a lot of setbacks with my channel going down, and you know, the ups and downs and disappointments. It's really nice to actually gain some traction, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm always like promoting you guys to go for your goals, because it's a really good feeling when you win. It's a really good feeling when you achieve. You know, it's a really good feeling when you see the fruits of your labor, but you can't see the fruits of your labor if you ain't been laboring. Again, if I wasn't making music, if I wasn't regularly, you know, recording and going out there and performing and promoting online and all these kind of things, then, you know, or let's just say after Ghana is good for me, I haven't dropped any new music. You know, I mean, I'm not allowing those that are enjoying my musical journey any new materials. And so, anyway, big shout out to the African Superstar family. So, yeah, like I was saying, guys, I think it's time for your girl. What's up, Michael Pan? Let me see his comment. Do you remember Philip Scott, the host of African Diaspora News Channel? Do you agree with him that the African content is only good for brothers and sisters due to racism from Western countries? I think I think that obviously that's one positive aspect. There's a lot of positive aspects, in my opinion, of being in Africa, obviously, because I'm here. First and foremost, you know, yes, a reprieve from racism is excellent, but I don't think that that's the only, you know, reason. You know, quality of life, better weather, you know, being part of the majority, safer environment for your kids, organic foods. You know what I mean? The list is long in terms of the benefits, which is why so many members of the diaspora actually flourish. You know, business opportunities, opportunity to own land, opportunity to build, like Mo Pride, you know, better cost of living for Westerners. You know, we're able to get a lot more for our money in this environment than in the Western world. So, you know, I mean, and to a certain degree, preferential treatment. You know, we do get preferential treatment as foreigners. We can access things and tap into certain things because of that privilege. That's what it is. So I wouldn't say that that's the only reason that, you know, Westerners should be looking at the continent, but I mean, it is an important reason. I mean, racism impacts us on so many different levels. Um, and it also impacts us psychologically. And so being able to respond to that, because there's very few places we can go in the world where we're not going to deal with and incur racism. You know, that's just the facts. The majority of the world, we're going to deal with racism. You know, so obviously that is a high ranking reason to entertain the continent. Big shout out to the family. All right, all right. Okay, GBL. And he is using the Zilala host too often. She needs to handle Ethiopian news. I haven't watched his channel in a while. Obviously, I think that, you know, sometimes we get caught up in erroneous things. Um, I like I said, I haven't watched his channel in a while. Sometimes his clips pop up, news clips and whatnot. But I understand the overall vision of what Philip Scott Oh gosh. Okay, guys. Sorry. Technical difficulty. I think that sometimes we get caught up in semantics, you know, in regards to his personal life, who he's married to, you know. Um it is what it is. I mean, quite frankly, a lot of our people are dating, married interracially. I mean, such are some of you guys. Is it a reason to cancel what he does? I mean, he does strictly news for the diaspora, for black people. He has one of the largest YouTube channels out there for that type of content. And sometimes we need to look at each content creator and see what their specialty is and if they're doing that thing well. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I know he does have that Ethiopian, newscaster. I mean, hey, she's on the continent from what I understand, so she is at liberty to cover lots of the stories that are going on the continent. Zoo and Shayna, big shout outs to the family. The West is collapsing anyway. Yes, I'm aware. Well, I don't know. I mean, so many of our people are doing things that are kind of counterintuitive to the community. If they're not swirling, they're part of the LGBT. If they're not doing that, they're like FBA, ADOS. I mean, so unfortunately, like the potent Pan African pro black, that person is a minority. So what I have tried to focus on, it's just putting my message out there basically, and letting you guys pick and choose what you want to do. you know One thing about me, I'm not going to be held accountable for not doing what I am gifted to do. I am a positive person, a motivational person, an encouraging person, a complimentary person, and that is a deficiency in our community. That is so needed in our community. So I'm going to do that. Now how I live my personal life, there's a lot of people that don't even agree with how I live my personal life. They feel like I'm too rigid. I mean, I've had a lot of my friends who I, at different times of their lives or situations, they've been desperate, they've been insecure, they've been having issues. Some of them have swirled, and it's just kind of like, I say, hey, I know we different on this opinion, because for me, obviously you guys know it's stay black or single, but I know very few of our black people are even willing to walk that line and actually express that verbally, that, yeah, I prefer my own people, I prioritize my own people, and I'm going to only date them. Me personally, I'm not going to cancel out everybody because they have a stain and a blemish on their history. You know what I mean? you know and I mean, if we want to talk about Phil Scott specifically, from what I understand, he was originally married to a black woman, which is who he has his children with, and apparently they divorced, and I don't know the whole course of the relationship, but it was nasty, it was messy, and him, like so many other people, defaulted to an interracial relationship. Okay, that's not what I came here to talk about, but let me just touch on it. A lot of people are defaulting to interracial because of the poor and negative experience that they have had with their own people. Huh? Let me say it again. A lot of our people are defaulting to interracial relationships because of the poor and negative experiences they have had with our people. Let's keep it real. Do you guys treat each other well? Do you? Huh? Black men, are you treating the black women in your life, your mothers, your sisters, the mother of your child, do you treat them well? Did you treat them well in university? Did you treat that person who was down for you for a long time? Did you treat them well? Black women, did you treat your man well? Huh? You taking care of him? You looking out for him? You pouring into him? Because, guys, there's always a root cause to this stuff. And I like to say that if, for instance, I would say that for most of us, let me just go say for most of us, especially when I was born in the 80s, all right, our natural inclination and preference is our own people. Okay, it's a natural thing. It's self-preservation. You just gravitate to your own people wherever you are. All right. But sometimes because that relationship fails or the terrible experience you've had with that person, now you have associated, which I do think is wrong because not everybody is the same, but now you have associated that component with that group of people. So now you had one girl, you know, she was a hoe, she was this, that, she cheated on you, she got pregnant for another dude. Now you got a vendetta for all black women because you had a bad experience. Or you got with that black man, he dogged you out, cheated on you, was in the streets, whatever, got murdered, went to prison. Okay, now all black men ain't nothing. You know, and these are some of the deficits that we create that makes it difficult for each other. Because second trivia question, if you've ever been with somebody and you've tried to love that person, you tried to make a relationship work with them, but they were so damaged and defective, it was difficult for you to have a decent relationship with them. If that's ever happened to you, let me see a number 2. Big shout out to the family. All right. I have met men that I have tried my very best to, deal with whatever dynamics is in their life. For instance, I was dating someone in the UK. All right. I was dating someone in the UK who had a child with a white woman. All right. And this white woman did what white women do. Hello. She, used him basically to make this mixed race baby. And once they had the child, she made an allegation that he had been violent to her. And so she got a restraining order against him. And he still had to pay child support for the child, but he wasn't permitted to see the child. Okay. And for this, it was very devastating on the guy that I was dealing with. All right. And so he started having a drinking problem to cope with it because it was so hard for him because this was his firstborn. It was also a boy. And for him to not be able to be a part of the child's life, it was just like gut wrenching for him. And I tried to tell him, I said, look, not to replace your child, but it's possible for us to build a family. What you're doing to yourself right now is destroying yourself. It's not going to help you, And I tried and I dated him for a good amount of time, but, the defectiveness of him and the situation, it was just overwhelming. Now me, I'm never going to swirl, okay? Because I'm just not into that. All right. But I can understand how some of our people get fed up or have terrible experiences or whatever. They then unfairly correlate that to the rest of our population and they say, okay, you know what, I'm going Asian, I'm going white, I'm going Latino, whatever. Okay. So I think in some cases, guys, we need to have some grace and try to understand these people where they're coming from. Others of you guys are guilty of taking your kids and raising your kids in predominantly not white areas, sending them to all white schools. So all their peers are white. Okay, the first girl that they think they have a crush on or the first boy that they think they have a crush on is white. Because why? Because there's no diversity. You guys are guilty of doing that. Why? Oh, this is the best school in the district, Gina. This is a Montessori school. This is the top private school. This is where Bill Clinton sent his kids. Yeah. Okay, well, you got your kids in that kind of environment. Who do you think they're going to date when they get old enough? Duh. So some of these, factors are creating this dynamic. We are at fault. And of a lot of this. In the addition that we're scared to voice our opinion about how important it is for us to maintain families and relativity to each other. So I'm going to say, I mean, obviously I'm not one to kind of shy away from people that I'm affiliated with. Phil Scott has been good to me. He has, supported me here on YouTube and shared my content and been supportive of what I'm doing, I'm not going to cancel him because of his situation. I think in some cases we need to have grace in trying to understand the root causes as to what is leading to some of this stuff. Okay. All right. Big shout out to the family. Let me move on. Yes, I know you guys are just so, I know, but I've spoken on it. What's up, Green? Good to see you. Zoo and Shayna, very, very. Very, yes. You guys see that cold weather was just taking a toll on me. Oh my goodness. Philip Scott said brothers and sisters need to leave the UK because them folks are not that different from them folks in America. I don't want my people to be victims of white supremacy. Tony Africa, what's up? This is the point I'm saying. This is the point I'm saying, guys. We have to have, cause see, look, y'all got me talking about this is not my topic. Okay, but I feel obviously it's come up in the chat room, so let me address it well. You guys have a lot of grace and patience, forgiveness for your enemies. Huh? The fact is, a lot of you guys love white people, and they are the last people in the world you should be loving. You got all the excuses in the book. Oh, Gina, well, they're not all so bad. We've been friends since grade school. That's my homie. Well, he's honorary black. I'm bringing him to the cookout. You guys cap and put your cape on and all of that stuff for white people. You guys excuse them. They've never asked you for forgiveness. They don't even think they've done anything wrong. They don't even think you deserve diddly squat for the heinous things that their ancestors have done. They take no accountability. But y'all have so much space, huh? Y'all religious people, well, just turn the other cheek. Judgment Day, Gina, treat people the way you want to be treated. And then when it comes to your own people, you have so much hatred and so much vim, and you ready to cancel somebody, and you ready to dog somebody out. It's not right, guys. Y'all need to keep that same energy. I'm going to exercise grace on my people because I know why some of them are damaged. And the reason why some of them are damaged is because of people like you. That's the truth. Huh? Some of you guys have dogged out our peers. Huh? I mean, it is what it is. Do you sow love or do you sow something else? That's just what it is. And if you're guilty, you know it. So let's try to exercise some grace. All right. But I'm going to try to bring it back to the topic, which is let's get active. Okay. Let's talk more actions. Big shout out to the family. Yes. Ask why. I see you there. Let's see. Marie. She says, to be honest, I asked my mom to send me to a white predominantly school because I was verbally and physically abused by a lot of the boys at my school. So I was ready to leave the black schools. You see, this is something I was just talking about. Okay. And I'm not giving out passes to none of y'all. I'm not, because I do realize that we are responsible for some of the things that is traumatizing and difficult to our people, that creates and perpetuates this dysfunction in our community. And until we're ready to take some responsibility and do the necessary, you see, that's why I come here on YouTube. I know some of you guys think it's for my health, but it's not. It's because there needs to be more love between our people. Okay, there needs to be more cohesion. There needs to be more encouragement. There needs to be more positivity. There needs to be more intellectual exchange. You see, out here, a lot of black women are on these reality TV shows. They're, they're explicit rappers. They got our whole image messed up in the public eye. Okay, the reality is we're educated, we're professional, we're eloquent, we're respectable, we're game changers, we're motivated, we're everything. Okay, but that's not how we're allowing ourselves to be reflected. So I decided, let me come out here and display a realistic, vision of what a young Black woman is really like. Okay, because I want to be part of the change. But the truth is, do you want to be part of the change? Have you spoken negative things against your people? Huh? Don't get me wrong. At times I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by some of the things our people do. A lot of the things our people do are very embarrassing. But how do you handle that? How do you address that? How do you express yourself? You know what I mean? Our kids are watching us and picking up this behavior. When a 10-year-old girl goes to school and tells her 10-year-old classmate, male classmate, that Black man ain't nothing and I don't need no man, where does she get that from? Who's filling her head with this kind of stuff? Guys, we have to take responsibility for where we're falling short if we want to make it better. You know, and the truth is, Black men and Black women need to raise the bar with how we are interacting with each other. Even if we have no romantic, you know, just exchange. Just, you know, one of the things I love about Ghana is the high level of respect you get in daily interactions. You know, when I leave my house, you know, any child that sees me on the road is going to greet me. Hi, auntie. Good afternoon. Good morning. How are you? I like your dress. Any person that I speak to here in Ghana, before they start talking, they will greet me. Hi, madam. How are you? How was your night? Did you eat? Are you okay? Caring, concern, just common courtesies. And we lack that in the Western world. And it's very disgusting. You know, I just spent some time in England and it was crazy to me. It was so strange when I was walking past my people on the sidewalk and they don't even make eye contact and they don't even greet. Because for me now that stuff is foreign because I live here in Ghana. You know, even if people are on a cell phone and they walk past you on the street here in Ghana, they're going to acknowledge you. So please, let us have some grace with each other because you guys have all the smoke for each other. It's ridiculous. It's very disgusting. All right, family, let's get active. All right. J Star says, our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge. Please make sure that you like the stream. Okay, like the stream. Be a part of the conversation today. Get active. All right. This new year, guys, you need to stop with all the talking and focus on the walking. The truth is, we have fewer days ahead than we have behind. Some of you guys, 40s, 50s, 60s, time is precious. Okay. I'm not going to spend my whole channel talking about Philip Scott Michael Pan. You actually started this conversation with him. If you have any grievances or opinions, you can take it to Phil Scott's channel. This is the African Superstars channel. I've spoken on it. All right. Big shout outs to the family. All right. All right. All right. Mo Pride. What's up, family? Not everyone will go and it's okay. If everyone going, the bad will also come. If war breaks out, they will all leave fast. Yes. More grace. We are still traumatized by colonialism and slavery. But guys, again, there comes a time in your life where you must take responsibility. Yes, things have happened to us in the past that were quite unfortunate. The reality is that the perpetuators of these things are not going to be the problem solvers of these same things. We're going to have to take some initiative. All right. And we're going to have to start innovating our own solutions. And we're going to have to be the change that we want to see. And that comes from not us. That comes from us taking the initiative and figuring it out. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Marie says, I never dated outside my race. I'm with an African man. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? Now I had to, time out Michael Pam because, like I said, this is not Phil Scott's channel. Okay. Phil Scott is an affiliate of mine. I don't have any beef with him. I'm asking my channel to exercise grace, not just with him, but our Black content creators, our Black influencers, our Black people in the public eye. It's not easy. Okay. But hear me. I answered your questions. I responded and you continued on. You need to take your grievances to Phil Scott's channel, not my channel. Okay. Because that's not the topic. Okay, that's not the topic. The topic is time to get active, say less, do more 2025. That's the topic. Okay, we're not going to tie up my channel with erroneous conversations. I don't know. I can't speak for Phil Scott. He's a man. Go talk to him about how you feel about whatever he said. All right, because as for me, I'm over here walking it like I talk it here on the continent. All right. I'm Black and true. I'm stay Black or stay single. That's the choice I've made. All right. I can't speak on behalf of none of these other people. All I can do is speak on behalf of myself and be an example. All right. And so, again, the topic is let's get active. Say less, do more 2025. I have been with some of you guys now here on social media for over 10 years. I started my channel in 2013, my original channel, 2013. So we've been together over 10 years. I hope that, like me, you can look at that decade of time and you can say, wow, I've really come far. I know some of you guys, you've come on this channel. We all, to a point, we're very ignorant about Africa. Some people have not traveled very much, and just like that whole reality or potentially migration. And a lot of you guys have branched out. Some of you guys are doing even more travels than me, have come to the continent, started businesses and farms, married, given birth. It's phenomenal to see what you have done in that 10-year period. And there are others of you that have a poor track record. Yeah, there are others of you that have a poor track record. And in that same year, all you have been doing is talking about what you want to do. And like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, there are people with less that are doing more than you. There are people with really trumped up difficulties that are doing more than you. There's people with less money, less common sense, people with physical disabilities, people with real obstacles, mental problems. They're doing more than you. And that's disgusting. That's embarrassing. You should actually be embarrassed by that. You should actually be motivated by that and think, because one of the things, let me give y'all a pro tip. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny, but I do find that a lot of non-Black people are really stupid. I find them to be inferior. I think our people are just, high performing. Now, whether or not you were actually exercising your performance and living up to your potential, that's a different thing. But the capabilities that we have is obvious and innate. Okay, so when I see non-Black people doing things, that's always a premise for me that it's possible for me to do it, because if they can do it and they're not even up to maybe par, then I know I can do it. Because again, there are people with less that are doing more. You know what I mean? I use this methodology in my music. There are artists who are garbage, terrible lyrics. Especially with this new age rap, you can't even make out what the people are saying sometimes. They even make up words and, they can't find something to rhyme. They just, make up a sound or something. And I tell myself, okay, if that person can make a song and that song can be popular, I know I can make some good quality music. I know I can make some good quality music because this is garbage, you know? And so a lot of you guys, it's really time for the rubber to meet the road. Okay. Don't come telling me your laundry list of excuses and all of that. Don't come in my channel trying to be a distraction, talking about things that are off topic, please. I mean, I didn't want to have to do that to you, Michael Pam, but you're getting carried away. Okay. Stay on task and get some results for whatever it is that you're pursuing. That's all. That's it. If you want to be taken seriously, when I was at the warehouse a couple weeks ago, there was this Romanian man. I could tell he was feeling me, but I'm black, lover, stay single. I don't get down. So he was telling me, he was like, when I came to UK, my first girlfriend was a Ghanaian. I said, oh, okay. And I could tell, that he was into black women. And he was telling me some of the politics in the warehouse and some of the stuff that's been going on. And he said, everybody wants to be the boss. Then be the boss. And I thought to myself, whoo, that day, that really hit me. Because a lot of you guys want to be the boss. A lot of you guys want to be experts. A lot of you guys want to be telling people what to do, and you're not performing up to that. You're not performing up to that. You see, I don't like coming and flexing. I do it sometimes. All right. Let people know, what it is, because obviously I'm humble and polite and kind, but some people get it all the way twisted. So that's when you need to let them know, right? But I'm able to do that because I'm performing high. I'm performing high. I'm working hard. I'm investing. I'm spending time. I'm honing in on my craft. I'm doing the things that I said I'm going to do. So that puts me in a position that, yeah, when the time comes, I can talk that talk. If you want to be the boss and you want to be the authority, then go ahead and be the boss and be the authority. You need to get some weight under your belt. You need to get some track record. So, family, we're going to wrap up the stream now. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Oh, also in other news, I did release the audio for Sunday Born. So one of the songs I performed in London last weekend, the one that really got the crowd hype, everybody was feeling Sunday Born. The audio is now here that you can check out. It's also available at bandcamp.com, as my whole catalog is. It's also available on all the streaming sites, Audio Mac, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, wherever you stream music. But yeah, it's here on the channel. So going into 2025, I will be releasing more audios here on the channel. So for some of you guys that haven't heard any of my music, I don't know, you'll be hearing and having more access to it right here on the channel. Okay, family? All right. It's been nice seeing you. This week, the remaining vlogs from the UK, so actually Showtime, which is some of the behind the scenes of me preparing for my show, some of the clips of the show that we'll be releasing in a couple days. Okay, guys? If you enjoyed this stream, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can also support. All the information is here scrolling across the bottom if you want to sow a seed into our platform. And you can also purchase the music if you are an African Superstar music lover. Okay? Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true. Thank you, Wildfire. I'm going to focus on that. Yeah, you guys can hear the cough. I really think it's that airport air, airplane air. I took Kigali. I took Rwanda Air to the UK, so I had quite a long flight from London to Kigali and back to Accra. So yeah, I'm trying to recover. So I'll be back. I'll be back on top. Just give me a couple days. You know what I'm saying? But I do love you guys, and I'm grateful that you came out to see me today. Please make sure you've liked the stream today. Please, please, please take a minute out and like the stream. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, Just stay true.